The opinions expressed in the Out of Depth podcast are individual and do not necessarily represent Spirit Live or Toronto Metropolitan University. Regardless, thanks for tuning in and enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Out of Depth podcast with your hosts,
Isak Mirar,
Zach Thompson,
Ryan Price,
and Michelle Frank.
Sit back and relax as we go out of our depth.
welcome back to the Out of Depth podcast.
Out of Depth podcast.
Out of Depth podcast.
Do we want to talk about how this podcast came to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isak, that's all you.
Okay, well, I'll start it
Yeah,
off.
that's true.
So I was too nervous to ask these guys if they want to hang out with me. So I said,
Aw.
hey guys,
Aw.
just shut up.
Aw.
I hate you. And
Well,
I
you
said,
wanna hang out with
hey, I was
us?
like, hey guys, I think we're cool and awesome. Do you guys want to start a podcast? And they said yes. And actually, the podcast was originally supposed to just be Ryan, Mish, and I. But last second,
Wow.
Wait, this is news to me.
Really? No.
Wait, that is...
Zach wasn't in the group chat until the last day, remember?
No, I don't remember. I just thought that Zach was part of it the whole time.
I always had Zach in the back of my mind who I want to join because 3 is like an odd number.
Oh, in the
obviously.
back
I
of
always
your
thought
knot,
I always thought
in
it
the
was
back of your
originally
mind.
you two, and then I joined because I wanted to be on a podcast.
Really?
And then Zach also joined at kind of the same time.
I'm not gonna lie. When you came up to me, I thought that you already asked Zach and Ryan. Like you
Really?
made it sound like you already had them on board.
No, I always
Zach
had-
was the last.
You guys
Zach
were
was
just-
the last guy.
I just remember
Bro.
you guys were like talking in the lounge about something, and then I was like, "Oh, you guys are making a podcast? Can I join?"
Well, yeah, no, because you were just like, hey, I really just want to find a reason to like hang out with you guys. And you made it sound like you asked already like a couple people and stuff like that. So I was just like, oh, so Zach and Ryan are already on board. you know?
Yeah, I thought honestly, I thought Zach was like already too busy with like his life, so I was like, oh, and I thought at the point like we weren't the closest, so I was like, oh, he doesn't care about me. But then I asked Zach, and he's like, hell yeah, I'll join. And I'm like, woo! So honestly, I think Zach was the best last minute decision. But
You know it.
Actually, it was the worst last minute decision. Why would you ever do that?
yeah.
Well, it's funny because I was actually supposed to do a Spirit live show this semester
Wait,
True.
really?
with Ryan.
Yes.
Wait,
What's
what was your-
popping
what was-
culture?
What's popping culture?
Wait, you
but it
did
got
mention this
scrapped
before.
because it was supposed to be with Ryan, Jack, and Tiana, but it got scrapped at the last minute because it got too busy.
Yeah, that group, I'm not going to call them out, but you are part of a group that is infamous for making plans and then falling out of them pretty frequently.
Well, it's not like the plan actually went very far. We didn't actually do like
we,
an
bar-
application
we barely
or
even got a
anything.
name.
So
What's popping culture?
we talked about it like a couple times,
Yeah.
and then we didn't end up doing it because I took on this.
This
I
is
wouldn't
better.
say that I'm infamous for not doing stuff.
I feel like you're actually pretty on top of
No,
things.
Yeah.
exactly. Like,
No, but wait. Do you think that what's popping culture will ever see the light of day, or is that
well,
just
if we're
like, dead
keeping
in
you
the
till
water?
next
Probably
year,
not.
yeah,
Probably not. Okay.
Because if we're keeping him till next year, which I hope we are,
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Zach's
Okay, good.
actually leaving so that Jack can replace him.
Oh,
No, no.
This is when I make the unfortunate announcement that this will be the
Shut
end
up.
of season 1.
Oh, man.
Season 1 out of
No,
them.
I this has been like a good opportunity to
Ow.
continue like practicing like audio editing and stuff, and it's good to put on like a resume and stuff. I've been doing this, so yeah, I'll definitely be doing this if we get approved by Spirit Live again next year. I'm definitely down to
100%.
continue
I mean,
it.
we better. I mean, we already we already proved ourselves to them with our first season. You know, you, Zach, and Isak, you kind of did more work than me and Ryan in terms of this podcast. I feel
Yeah.
because you guys were doing like all the audio editing and stuff. How was that?
I just had a fun time like hanging out, getting the
Yeah.
free, critic practice hours. And
Oh yeah, no, it was pretty free. I mean, well, I did like the
Yapping for a little bit.
graphics for like the
Yeah.
advertising.
Mish did most of the graphics.
Yeah.
Ryan was low-key just here, just we could like post it on TMU chairs.
Yeah, no, Ryan's,
that's true.
Ryan's
Yeah.
like the face, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
low-key. And I'm fine with that. Like I like editing. Like I was really excited to like edit the audio. So when Zach came up, just like, "Can I edit the audio?" I was like, "Sure, man." Like I don't know. Like I'm happy.
You
to
were
just
like,
put the work.
no, I
Like, it's
want to
fine.
edit everything.
I got my own YouTube videos I got to work on too. So like, honestly, yeah, no, I
Bro,
was
you
really
post,
happy
like
to take on the
once
work.
a month, if
I've not
that.
posted
Not
since
even
like
that. You post like
October.
once a
Yeah.
year, bro.
I've not posted in October. I have 3 videos lined up soon. I promise.
I
Whoa.
keep getting one of your videos that I've already watched.
Which one?
Like your Valentine's Day video
Oh.
from like whenever.
It was from
Keeps
high
coming
school.
up on my feed and I'm like, I've watched this video already, but I don't want to press like like don't recommend me this video. Because
Really?
if you have something else come out,
My mom
I want it
has
on
a-
my feed.
You know,
It keeps coming up, even though I've watched it.
yeah, no, my mom hasn't finished that YouTube. My mom watched halfway through. She's like, it's so cringe. I can't finish it. It's like,
Yeah,
we
I
all
did-
love you, mom.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, high school Valentine's Day video.
It worked.
You've been doing
Yeah.
this for years.
I've been doing this for years.
man.
I've been a cringe master for a while. To be cringe is to be free.
You know, okay.
Don't judge me. But anyway.
So
back
how
to
was editing the podcast? What did you guys?
Yeah, I heard a lot of last minute rushing from you
Yeah,
guys.
well, it's not like the editing was last minute rushing. It's more like the recording was, and then the editing becomes a last minute rush because you got to do it in like 4 hours or whatever.
Yeah, so for viewers who don't know, typically the plan was that we record on Friday and then by Monday we have it edited. But I'm
So you
pretty
have- so
sure
we have
for
the weekend.
every single episode.
Most.
I think we recorded one.
Maybe
on
I think our
Friday.
first one was on Friday. I think every other one we had to book it on Monday afternoon, which
Yeah.
gave Zach and Isak, I think maybe 6 hours or
for
something.
like 46 hours, depending on how late we recorded.
yeah, yeah.
And depending on if we went to class after, which
Yes.
I often
Which
did.
yeah, you kind of did. You kind of gave yourself like 2 hours a lot of
Yeah,
times.
and plus like my commute home is an hour and a half, so then I'd go home and I would like literally like not eat. I wouldn't eat and I just like end up going to bed like 3 a.m. But then I have Tuesdays off, so it was fine. But I know for Zach, it was kind of rough.
Yeah, I mean, the last episode actually was like pretty chill because I like made us like keep it to half an hour, so I just cut down like 5 minutes, and it was actually I enjoyed editing that last episode. I feel like it turned out pretty well.
I'm excited to listen to it, but the episode with Ronan took me way longer because it was like almost 40 minutes of audio, and I had to cut 15 minutes down. Like I knew what to cut down, but it was still like I went to bed like 3 a.m. It was fun. I really enjoyed editing it because it was really funny. I think
Yep.
it's one of our funniest episodes.
You also had to bleep out.
I also
a
had to
lot of-
censor. I also had to worry whether or not like Spirit Life was gonna flag us, and then I had to cut out more. But then the swearing was like half of what was funny about it.
Yeah.
So
Also,
I will say, like, I think our first episode was really good with the cooking, and then it kind of tapered off from there.
Yeah.
But then I think the short film episode was definitely, I think, our best episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
And I-
actually.
I
oh,
think
sorry,
that
yeah.
may have had. I think Ronan did play a factor in that.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it was a guest and it was kind of new and stuff. But
Yes, so a couple things. One, I actually haven't listened to any of our final like. I haven't listened to any of our episodes. I'm not gonna lie.
I re-listened to the Ronan episode today while on the way
Oh
here.
no, I have not listened to any of them yet. I'm
Wow.
honestly planning. Like my plan is for like the end of the year to like compile just like all the stuff that I've made throughout the year and then just send it to my friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So then
Nice.
like around that time I'll probably listen to the episodes. From what I've heard though, it seems like every episode gets better in quality. That's what I heard. But I don't know. Like you guys listen to it. What is it?
I did listen to a bit of the short film episode, and what I will say is that you guys in that room did a really bad job of keeping the microphone close to your face. So like Isak didn't like go through with like gain staging every single thing because that would have taken forever. But yeah, especially Ronan, he was away from.
because
he's
see,
like over here, you know,
Ronan is a
speaking
new
into the
media
microphone
kid,
like
so
this.
he like
So it just didn't. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
No, because you got to understand, right? So we were in the other room and we were watching just on the monitor the Internet Burger. And burger. But so like we were kind of just having our own little conversation, kind of like near the mic. Like we kind of like there were some points where I think like I would turn on my cough mic to say something, but it would pick up on Ryan's mic and stuff like that. And so that's where like the audio kind of gets like whack. Because I didn't want to like interrupt you guys while you're like talking about your editing and stuff like that.
I think
But
that-
it was just such a fun episode. I like guests. We should bring more guests for next
definitely
season.
100%. I think the one thing with Ronan was that he's like a new media kid, so he like doesn't know very much of audio and stuff like that. Even though he did an audio class.
Yeah, because then they do 104.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they do
Bruh, then he has
104,
no
but-
excuse. What?
Yeah,
No,
no.
they did 104, but but they're new media kids, so,
Yeah,
they're
but
just
they
bad at
don't
everything.
care.
They have as much experience with being in like a podcasting booth as we do. Then,
Yeah, because they're too
like,
busy
well,
doing
we've done
like
this, but like as any other media production student would have
they're
at this point.
too
in first
busy
year.
like gluing googly eyes onto spoons.
Dude, that's true, and like making like 7th grade woodworking projects.
High Spirit Life. I hope none of you are new media kids.
Oh,
but,
I wonder.
I wonder. But on the topic of guests, I kept promoting the podcast everywhere to the point my friends were like, "Can you stop posting about it on Instagram? It's all I see now." But the people in our media production group chat actually, like, a lot of them listen to it and they want to be like guests next time. So if
Yeah,
this
they,
gets
like,
approved next
really
time,
wanna
I
be.
am so.
Do we
down.
want to talk about future plans?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So, actually, do you want to talk about it? Because
I've
it
been
seems
talking
like
for a
you're
while. If
excited.
somebody else
Sure.
goes ahead,
You're
but-
excited.
I mean, obviously, we hope to do this next year.
Oh,
do
yeah.
season 2
Yes, sir.
of the Out of Death
Season 2.
podcast.
Bigger and better.
Hopefully
Yeah,
with
and
more
we'll actually
budgets.
have time to prepare the stuff
Yeah.
because I think most of our things that we actually did were very last minute.
Yes.
And kind of backup options.
I think our plan is, if I'm not mistaken, it could always change, but I think our plan is to do bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly,
then-
bigger ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bi-weekly with bigger ideas, and then do both semesters, so we still end up with 6 episodes at the end of the year, right?
And then by the end of next year, Isak and I, because we'll be co-editing, I assume again next year, we'll have all of our creative practice hours.
Yeah, no, because you guys get more creative practice hours because you edit, you know?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, but, dude, I still got to, like, submit creative practice hours.
I've been doing it for you guys.
What?
I've
you
been
have?
Oh, you
I-
have?
Oh my gosh, WE.
Wait, oh, you've
WESAC.
been. Oh,
No,
W
well, I
Sac.
still have like other creative practice hours from other stuff
Yeah,
that I
no,
gotta submit,
because Spirit
but-
Life gave us a chart to keep our stuff, our hours in check. So I've just been doing everybody's throughout like, every time we submitted. So
Do I get extra for doing the graphics?
you get, I think, 3 extra hours maybe, like
Yeah.
one
Eh,
time.
You know what? That's fine.
Yeah, no.
Whatever.
But I want to go through the ideas that we were originally supposed to do.
Oh wait,
So-
do we want to talk about potentially Jack first, or do you want to go through your?
Yeah,
ideas?
so I was actually thinking about this because Jack wanted to come. Jack is our friend, lovely friend. Hi, Jack. Jack O'Lantern.
Hi,
Jack is
Jack.
also the profile picture for the
Vandals group
for the Vandals group
Oh,
chat.
yeah, we
which
have
is
a-
our group chat.
Yeah,
and
we
he's
have a
not
group
even
If
part
you don't
of it.
know, the Vandals are us.
We are the
Yeah.
Vandals.
We are the Vandals.
Yeah,
we
the
are the
podcast is,
Vandals.
yeah.
Yeah, that's our. We're so cool.
I'm looking at it
Aw.
right now. Jack is the profile
That's so
picture of the
cringe.
group chat, and it's so funny.
He has his one card picture.
It's just one card.
It's quite. He's quite dapper looking. I
He
We,
must
is.
we
say.
might post it on the Instagram.
yeah. We need to post a lot on the
No,
Instagram.
We say we're gonna post a bunch of stuff on the Instagram, and then we just never
We
do.
never
Yeah,
do.
no, we should probably just like spam post everything. No. Well, if Jack does join us, then we should just like Super Smash Bros. Like
New
new
challenger
new
approaches.
challenger, but
And
then
it's
with
just
us like
his
his one
picture
card.
from
Yeah,
his
yeah,
one
yeah.
card. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, are we planning on having Jack as a new host?
Yeah, so I was hoping I would really like, ideally, but I think this is too much. I'd like to get Jack and Ronan, but 6 people in one room is so much.
I
and
also
it's
feel like
gonna
6 people
collide.
on a podcast.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
chaotic.
So that's why I'm
Yeah.
thinking like Ronan for one episode was already enough. I think
Yeah, screw him.
no, listen. If we had the budget and the time, also keep in mind, trying to, what's the word?
Coordinate.
Trying to coordinate schedules with 4 people was hard enough. Imagine 6 people, and Ronan isn't even in our program.
Yeah.
So, and we have different schedules, and some of us are getting jobs next year.
No,
so,
yeah. If we do 6 people, then we would have to split into 2 podcasts.
Yeah.
And then one would be the Out of Depth podcast, and then one would be the we're totally in our depth right now, you know? Like just like doing stuff that like just like going about their normal day, doing stuff that's like not out
Grocery
of the ordinary.
shopping.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like
Actually, don't grocery shop.
we know.
Out of depth. We grocery shop. Actually, that was part of the cooking episode.
That was.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, so ideally, I would like to get maybe one more person, but I am still very open to getting guests.
Right, because
Yeah, I think our big thing is next season we're gonna have a lot more guests.
yeah, so
'Cause I
maybe like
think-
5 hosts plus a guest might be a lot, but we'll talk about it. We'll see the logistics of it, you know.
Yeah.
Because that also means that the rooms that we book, like we would have to book like this room that we're currently in.
Yeah. pretty consistently, and pray doesn't have issues.
Yeah.
And we would have to get both of the rooms. And is there a way like to book everything like at the beginning of the semester?
I'm sure we can, but keep in mind, I'm about to list all the ideas we had and how none of them worked out.
Yeah, so why don't we go through the list of just like all the ideas that you gave,
Okay.
and then just
So all of the ideas. So I was spitballing. So also, the original idea for the podcast name was supposed to be "Never Have I Ever." And then done something.
Never have I ever.
And I brought the idea to you
Never have I
guys. You guys were
ever.
fine with it, but then we spent like an hour trying to come up with a better name because it sounded like it was like a girls' sleepover.
And there's already a
type thing.
podcast that has that name.
That's so cringe.
And then I think was it Zach? Did you come up with out of depth,
I
or
think-
someone came out with
Restart.
Someone. Sorry.
someone came up with the name out of depth.
Uh-huh.
And then we looked it up and we thought that it was taken, but what was actually taken was out of depth plays.
Yes.
But not out of depth.
think
And
that-
we took we circled back and we're like, this actually isn't taken. Let's just do this.
I think the name was like kind of a workshop because we were just trying to think of terms that just meant that like you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
And so I think we were literally just like I just recall Googling like synonyms of like not knowing what the hell you're doing, you know? Like literally like that. And then out of depth, it kind of sounded good.
So yeah, it worked. But for the episode names, I still labeled it like "Never Have I Ever Cooked," "Never Have I Ever Went on a Dating App," because I want to keep that essence. But so that was out of depth wasn't even supposed to be called out of depth, but then we changed it. But some of the ideas were learn the language. We all do like a load of Duolingo and kind of turn it into a competition, and the winner gets a prize. So Ryan does it. We never have I ever read the dictionary, but no one wants to read. Never have I ever ran a marathon.
Oh,
Walked
yes.
100,000 steps in one day. I don't know if that's feasibly
Okay,
possible.
the problem
I
with
think
those
it
ones
is,
is
yeah.
that they were just gonna take too long.
Yeah. Starting a band, stand-up comedy, trying out dating apps, cooking, snorkeling or scuba diving, go fishing, become a pro wrestler, made a music video, and camping. And the ones that we actually planned at the beginning of the year, cooking, then start a band, then stand-up comedy, then martial arts, then run a marathon, and then this last episode.
Yeah. So we did one of our ideas, right? I guess stand-up comedy kind
We
of counts.
kinda did
we
stand-up
kind of
comedy.
did it.
It kind of
Does
We'll,
it
we'll get a half
really?
mark for that.
It morphed
Yeah.
into something else.
1.5 out of, well, I guess with this one, 2.5 out of 6.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
That's
2.5.
actually
Yeah,
not a
but this
passing
was
grade.
always gonna
This is always
be,
supposed to be like this.
that. Yeah, that's a failing grade. No, because the issue is like a lot of planning because we were doing weekly, and then a lot of stuff that we wanted to do was just like weather related stuff. Like, you can't do camping when it's like negative. Like you can, but we're not gonna go negative 20 degrees camping.
I mean, I'd be down.
I mean,
to-
Ryan would.
I mean, I'd be
I
down
probably
to
would,
like we were.
I've never been. I've been camping like once, but I would go.
Yeah,
in
no.
like -10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, because
Oh, yeah.
I knew you guys had your limits when like I offer like, hey, we can run the marathon this week, but it's just super rainy, and Zach was like, I'm not running in the rain, my guy. And
Dude,
I'm
I
like,
was fine.
We would have got.
I
It
was
would have
about
been
it. I was
cold,
about it.
and we would have just been like sick.
No, it was like
after.
war- it was like warm
The
rain.
problem with running a marathon is people train for months to run a marathon, and we're just going in with it, having no training at all.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, let's walk a marathon. But then the problem is, if you walk a marathon,
It's like 19
it's just gonna
hours.
take so freaking long.
Yeah, no, walking a marathon would take us like 20 hours or something. No, because like, and it just doesn't sound cool. Like, never have I ever walked a lot. We've all walked a lot. Like, that's not, like, it's not, that was a big consideration for me because a lot of the ideas just didn't sound like, either they were like too unfeasible or they were just too small scale and lame,
Yeah.
you know? So that was
Yeah,
like, a
like
big thing.
never have I ever tried a dating app.
Do your girlfriends listen to the podcast?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
actually.
really?
Oh,
I love that.
actually?
Okay.
Hello.
I actually have a story. So I send my girlfriend all the podcasts when they come out. And I sent her the dating app one,
Oh, no.
and she was like 3 seconds away from like murdering my entire head off because she thought that I went on a dating app. So then I had to quickly explain to her I did not partake in this. you know.
Whoa,
we did-
wait,
I
yeah,
just
that's
talked about my dating
horrible.
life, so
Wait, Zach, did that happen to you too or no?
No, because I told her that we were doing that, but she knew that I wasn't going on the dating app. So
Yeah.
then
Wait,
she was fine with it after I explained it, and she was like, "Oh, this is funny episode."
Right.
Good,
Okay.
I'm
Well,
glad.
that's good. So, Isak, you almost ruined a relationship.
What do
You
you mean?
all-
Me?
Your idea.
Yes,
no,
all your
because
fault.
the
It's
dating
all
app thing
your
was
fault.
all
All
your
your fault.
idea.
You guys
dude.
could also disagree with an episode. You guys
Bro,
did
we
multiple
all
times.
we all disagree with the episode, and then we still did it.
Well, we did it because we had no choice.
We had no. We were
had no other
literally locked
ideas.
up because it was a last second idea. You forced our hand, dude.
do you
We
know
could
what?
have ran a marathon in the rain, guys.
Do you know what
I
I
was
think?
down.
Do you know what I think we could do for like our first episode next year?
What?
We could go camping in the summer
Yep.
and then do our first episode on that.
Yep.
I feel like
That's
that
not a
was
bad idea. We
Is that
could
a
do.
teaser? Is that a
I
teaser?
can't-
teaser.
Ooh,
Maybe.
teaser. Yeah,
You might
because
have
like
to wait a couple months for it, but
what's stopping us really? I mean, like end of summer, just going
Alex,
out.
I'm not Alex.
Who?
What's your name?
What?
Zach.
Zach?
What?
Alex?
What the
I just
hell?
said I just called Zach Alex. You
What?
know, Zach.
Dude.
Zach also does need to go back to England for the summer.
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Alex-
I live here.
No, so Alex is gonna
10
go back
years.
to England, and then Ballsack's gonna go to
I hate
Mexico.
you.
And
I
then-
have to go to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you gotta go to the middle
Yeah.
of nowhere.
We'll try to link up. If you guys are in Toronto, let me know, and
Well-
we'll camp. With
well,
the
no,
pod.
No,
camping,
we are
we'd
not
probably just
camping
go.
camp in
downtown.
Toronto.
No, but like if
You
you're in
don't
town, just
We're
like,
not.
mean,
we're not
We could just like go to
what?
Dundas Square and then camp
No.
there.
We'll
Yeah.
So
I'm, I heard it's a really popular camping spot.
Oh yeah, no, I heard of it too.
down
no,
Victoria Street.
no, we could just go up to like Ryan or something like that. He lives near camping area. I feel.
You literally could. Like, we could just camp
Yeah.
at my house.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It would be so
I-
dangerous though. Are there bears?
There are actually bears, but they're brown bears. You just like
Grr.
fight back. And
No, black bears are the ones you fight.
Same
back
thing.
on. No, they're different. Brown bears,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
dead.
no,
Brown bears,
sorry,
you're
they're
dead.
black bears. So like you just like clap at them and they'll run away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could clap some black bears.
Oh God. You know,
Or we could go like up to Tobermory and we can sleep with snakes.
Who?
Tobermory.
Have you never been to Tobermory?
I don't.
No,
It's so
actually,
nice up there.
but
But there's
there are
rattlesnakes. There's rattlesnakes.
Oh, I do like rattlesnakes. They're quite cool.
Yeah. You could shake it like a rattlesnake.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Gross.
Isak, this is your first time doing a podcast, right?
How did it feel? Or how did you feel?
I felt pretty out of my depths.
What?
Oh,
That
wait, back up, go back up. I'd like to mention right before we end the podcast, I can't say the word depths. So when doing this podcast intro, I like when we decided on the name, I said I can never do the intro
Depth.
because I cannot say out of depths because
Never.
I have a speech impediment.
Never have I ever gone to speech therapy.
All right, that's the end of the episode.
Wait, no, we gotta do like some like, bye and thanks for watching.
That's the end of season 1, boys. Welcome. Wait, thank you
Boys?
for watching.
What if there are women watching the
If
podcast?
there are any women listening to the podcast, hit me up.
Bro.
Don't please, don't.
No.
Don't.
You know my girlfriend's gonna be watching this.
Hi,
Yeah,
hi,
mine
Ryan's
as well.
girlfriend. Please, you're
No.
wonderful and lovely. I respect women.
This is not how we're ending this season.
Bye.
Wow. Okay, bye.